What would we name our kids one day? Like things like that. Like that's really sweet.
My mom says I can only use names in the bloodline.
Oh my God.
Can you run off a few for me?
Like, why is wet and gushy better than wet ass? That's some wet and gushy.
It's like
gross.
Say like succulent and moist.
Why would you rather them say? Why would you rather them say succulent and moist over wet and gushy?
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 76 of Dropouts. They're talking about the WAP song and the clean version versus...
What the hell?
He said he would rather succulent and moist.
I just said wet and gushy.
Succulent and moist.
So in the WAP, in the Kids Bop version, they say, what do they say?
No, that's not in the kids. It's just in the
I was
clean
like,
version.
did they ever make a kids
They
version?
did.
No, they didn't.
I think they did.
Okay.
No, there was some really inappropriate song that they made a Kids Bop version to.
Oh, Hot in Here by Nelly.
Oh.
So just kidding.
Really?
Oh my
I don't think so. I think there's a line. Like there's like, yeah, you could make like to the window, to the wall, drop a sweat, drop down, and you can make that kid friendly. But like there's some songs that's just like you can't make kid friendly, like Blunt Force Castration by Cannibal Corpse.
All right, you hit some intro music.
Okay. That song.
John, we bring you on this podcast not to talk about castration.
Can I keep
you
it?
know that. It's the first rule of this podcast is not to talk about castration. You already broke it.
Jared, on the fly right now, rewrite. What's
This
like one of
tree,
the
I can't see you
raunchiest
past
lyrics
this.
you can think of?
What's what?
One of the like
Gobble it, swabble it.
Yeah,
Gobble
what is this, that Thanksgiving edition?
Gobble me, swallow me, drip
Down the side of me, quit.
Okay,
out
now
me,
what's
let
the
it get
Kids
inside
Bop
of me.
version of that?
What's
So
okay,
wait, what is
gobble
the
me,
official-
swallow me.
gobble
Okay.
me, swallow me,
Okay.
Drip down the side of me.
Okay.
quick pull.
yeah, just Kid
quick
Bopify
pull out
that.
before you let it get inside of me.
Oh my.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay, let's take it line by line. Gobble me, swallow me. Okay. We're gonna say gobble.
You could say gobble and you could just like do it up, make it a holiday song.
Yeah, I think this is a Thanksgiving pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
gobble me, swallow me, drip down the side of me. That could
Okay.
be any
That's like dressing.
It could be
Yeah.
gravy.
cranberry sauce.
I think it's all in changing the music video.
Interesting.
Same lyrics.
So it's all about the imagery.
So is
okay.
it-
Okay.
Quick
Wait.
pull out before you let it get inside of me.
Yeah, that's turkey basting.
Wet, moist turkey.
Yeah, we're
Ew,
getting
guys.
somewhere.
No,
Wet,
I don't
moist
think we are.
turkey.
Can someone
Yeah, okay.
animate this? I want to see a Thanksgiving version of WAP, but it's all about.
You know what Jared told me today?
What?
He told me the first time he went to go be physical with a woman, he didn't understand how condoms work. So he put it on at his house, and then when he got there, he still had it on like under his
Are you serious?
I'm not even going along with this bit. Fuck you. Okay.
But how funny would that be?
That would have been hilarious.
I fully
Okay.
believed him.
Okay, but
I fully believed
listen,
him.
I let you say some shit on this podcast, but I draw the line there.
I fully believed him because that sounds like exactly what you do.
All
I
right,
could see
well,
it, but
now
no,
you're
I-
on my
okay.
shit list.
No, but I could see it like somebody doing that. It's gonna be like their first time. They're nervous. They don't understand that you
I
put it
could-
on the moment. It's like, okay, I want to be safe, so they put it on like before they go out. They're like, this way, there's no way we can't be safe.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
It's kind of like that the J. Cole song, Wet Dreams, where he talks about practicing put it on. He just practices and leaves it on the night that he's about to get it on.
He doesn't leave it on.
No, that's
Oh, okay. I'm up. I'm
there
caught
you
up.
go.
I'm
You're
caught
caught
up.
up.
I'm caught up.
Okay.
I don't listen to J. Cole.
I
Who do you listen to exclusively?
Let's talk about your
shirt
Spotify
feeder, kid.
Wrapped.
Oh, my Spotify
let's
rap.
not
Who is-
talk about Spotify.
Who is your top artist, John?
Look, I got to tell you all
Let's
the most.
learn
Can
more
I
about
Can I
John.
tell a little story while he pulls that up?
Sure.
You know how we were talking about J. Cole Wet Dreams? Mm-hmm. I remember being obsessed with that song in like the 7th or 8th grade when it came out, or maybe even before then.
Your
like,
parents should have monitored what you did.
100%.
My parents wouldn't let me buy explicit music on iTunes until I got a job.
So my friend Skylar and I, we would rip music off LimeWire and we put it on a CD in the car. And like before sounds really lame. We listened to hardcore rap before tennis matches, like in middle school, and my mom would drive us there. And then my mom was a very Christian woman, so she'd get very mad if there's any cuss words. So anytime there's a cuss word, me and Skylar had her hand on the dial, and anytime there's a cuss word, we turn it down real quick, and then we turn it back up. And if she heard one cuss word, she would press eject and throw it out the window.
The LimeWire CDs.
Yeah, because if there's one cuss word, she's like, it's out.
See, my version
What, were
of-
you turning it down every other word? Like,
Yeah, it was a lot of Lil Wayne. So it was.
before Spotify was too popular, I got Spotify. I've been using Spotify since the 6th grade. So before it was like really monitored or like
Look at John.
before it was really monitored or like what Spotify is today, you could drag the music out and drop it onto your desktop and immediately would download the song for free. So that's like how people would share songs. Like one person had a Spotify account in the 6th grade. We'd all just airdrop each other songs because you could illegally download it from Spotify back then. That's how I used to listen to all my music.
I remember Bluetoothing 30-second clips of Justin Bieber songs as ringtones on my Motorola flip phone.
I don't even know what that means.
what Justin Bieber songs?
I think I had One Less Lonely Girl as my ringtone.
One
for
Less
it.
Shut the hell up.
Wait,
You're telling me.
that's actually a bold choice. Were you made fun of in school for doing that? Because liking Justin Bieber as a boy,
Especially in the South.
no, in the South and at our age, because he was hated for a while. Now
was hated.
he's revered
dude.
now.
I've respected him as an artist since the beginning.
No, you had your hair a little bit long. You came into school, someone's like, you look
And-
like Bieber, and then it's
the
downhill.
you have the same initials as him, JB. I got roasted alive just for having the same initials as Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and before them, the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
You got roasted alive for being a JB too.
Did you guys watch the Jonas Brothers roast on Netflix?
No.
Did you watch Chasing
you?
Happiness?
I did. What?
Did you watch the documentary Chasing Happiness on
No.
Amazon?
Chasing Dreams? What was it?
Chasing Happiness.
Happiness?
What's it about?
No.
What is up with you and your like fascination for like boy bands and like mainstream music, but almost to a point where it's not mainstream?
What? That's a pattern.
Like you've been a Swiftie, I feel like before the Swifties.
How do you feel about All Too Well?
It's good.
Do you know what I love about you, John?
What?
Is that your voice changes, your face doesn't.
What?
This is what you do. Really? What?
It's like ventricle.
yeah, it's like-
ventriloquism.
Yeah.
Can we do a little role play?
Yes.
So I kind of want to see like your different faces when you're in different acts of life. So Jared's going to be your participant. He could be your mom. He could be your lover. He could be whatever the situation is. He's a placeholder for that. Okay.
Okay.
He's not actually those things. So, so you have to tell your mom that you're terminally ill, unfortunately. I want to see if you actually change face at all. If you're just going to be like, yeah, it's going to be over for me.
Let me get into character. I'm dying.
No, John.
No?
John.
Would you just go to the point if it was actually your actual mom? You'd break it down. For
I
her.
don't know. That's like such an obstacle.
Okay, well, tell me.
Can you? Okay, can we? Let's change it. The terminally ill thing was a little.
Dark?
Yeah, it was a little dark. I was just trying to make something serious. Okay, you guys have been flirting all night, and it's kind of going to the next step. Like, how do you invite him to the bedroom? How do you fill out the vibe conversationally? And like, well, I want to see what your face kind of looks like, and if
I'm kind of curious about this.
and if you're
too.
still monotone through it.
Because
I want to know how you flirt with someone.
John goes on some dates.
Yeah, can you
I know.
flirt with him?
First of all, I don't.
I mean,
okay.
we know it's hiding in that fanny pack.
Look, I don't. What do you define a date? Define a date. I'll
Define
tell you what
a
I.
date. You're taking me out, John.
You guys are
okay,
at a
we
bar. You
went out.
guys are at a bar having drinks.
Okay, so I feel like I get in these situations, and like we sit down and we start talking, and it's just like we're homies.
Are you getting you get friend
I
zoned
feel
a lot?
that
is what you're
way.
saying.
I feel like
No,
I
I
get
feel
friend
like-
zoned the second I walk in the door.
Why is that?
I feel like a lot of girls talk to guys like that, though. They're not like, oh my God, unless you're like an absolute.
What are you about to say? I'm not.
Not you. I'm saying like girls don't really like talk to guys in like a. Oh my God, like
Unless
yeah,
they're what?
Unless what? Yeah.
for
what-
the streets.
For the streaks.
Street
Oh, for Snapchat streaks.
for the streets.
Oh, so
Or
you're
the
saying like
streets.
permissive girls talk like that?
Mm-hmm.
Promiscuous.
I was like permissive. They-
Like for the streets means you're like you're working a corner. You're
Can I
Yeah,
actually?
I just feel like that kind of. I feel like like all that like judgment labeling any sort of like choice of expression sexually is like
I forget you're very politically correct and a good person.
I literally just said blunt force castration.
No, I do want to. Can I visually see your flirting real quick?
So this is how. Let's pretend Jared and I are on. We've exchanged information on a dating app.
Okay,
and we're
which
sitting
dating app?
down for the first time.
It's important because each one has their own like little like connotation to it, you know?
Right.
So where'd I meet you?
So okay, this is someone I met on Thursday. We had like 3 messages between each other, and then I was like, "Oh, let's unpack this over drinks," and she's like, "Cool." And so I walk up to the bar.
Okay, this is
and
Jared.
She's standing outside.
I'm standing.
And so this is how it goes. I'm on my phone, walking up.
What do I say something to you?
Jared?
John?
Yeah.
Hey, it's nice to see you.
Yeah, this is I heard this is a cool place. You want to go inside now?
Yeah, let's go inside.
Okay, and then do you want to be the host?
Hey, so table for 2, I assume?
We're just getting drinks tonight. So,
Oh, no problem. Go ahead and self-seat at our bar.
Cool. After you.
Oh, thank you.
So
if
then
you don't pull
she-
if you don't pull the chair out for me, I'm gonna be ticked.
well, when
this night.
this host lets us in the bar area, and there are no seats except one half of a booth like this in the back corner in the dark facing the wall. It is the only seat available.
So you guys are just both looking at the wall together?
So we're and then we're talking like if I was sitting next to you
That's
on this,
awkward.
and we're in a corner and we're just like looking at each other, and then if we turn forward, the wall is right there.
Oh my god.
And so I'm like talking to this person like this all night in the dark corner, and okay, then it went like this.
Okay.
So how long you been in LA?
Always.
Oh, like a couple years. How about you?
Same. Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
Oh,
Where are you
okay.
from?
I'm from Mississippi.
Whoa, what part?
The down south, like an hour from the coast. What about you? Where
I
in
didn't
Ohio
know
are you
Mississippi was on a coast.
from?
I didn't know that either.
I'm bi-coastal. It's the Gulf Coast and the West Coast. So what kind of wine do you want?
So there wasn't a second date.
I don't even know if you can call it a date because it's like
It was just
it's
so painful.
it's not romantic. It's just like meeting someone and then it's like your friends.
You have said that recently you don't know if romance is your thing.
Right now.
But you used to be. We connected because we were giant like saps together.
You once called Zach and I to be waiters.
So John calls me one day and he's like,
Calls
was it Valentine's
us?
Day?
It was Valentine's Day.
He's like, can Indy and Zach, can you guys be fake waiters for this restaurant? I'm gonna set up on a rooftop for this girl that I like, and I made a full menu. You guys bring out the wine and food, and you know that was a beautiful, tranquil.
like how do you go from
Bullshit,
that
no.
to saying that you don't think romance
Romance
is your
just
thing?
isn't your thing right now, and that's okay.
That's okay.
You want to know how many freaking hours I put into that fake restaurant? And
The macaroni and cheese pizza that
Pizza.
you made.
yeah.
I think it's time to say it wasn't good.
It was not good. Hey,
You made a
Not good.
macaroni and cheese pizza. For
Kraft
a
mac and cheese
date.
on top
No,
of
it wasn't Kraft. It
Oh,
was
sorry.
way worse.
It was bad.
It was
was
so
bad.
bad, man.
She acted like it was good.
Well,
Yeah,
she
well,
lied.
She's
you know what I
nice.
mean?
Was,
She's not nice. Sorry.
Real. We'll just
I love
have-
when
we'll
John
just
gets
keep it. She's
uncomfortable.
nice.
There we go.
She
It was not good. Yo.
okay, fine. I'm sorry.
You should have heard.
Why that dish?
It's her
She
favorite.
Had this memory.
So okay, when we got there, the macaroni and cheese had already been cooked and sitting there for it felt like an hour.
no way.
And then because it was, you know that when macaroni and cheese has been
crust.
sitting there for a while,
got that-
it's got like a tint of a weird color now, and
The
it looks
tint of
kinda-
the orange on top.
It kind of
it looks like
goes
Kevin
like
Durant, like a little ashy.
It kind of goes like a little matte.
Yes.
A little. Yeah.
Yes, it definitely
Where
had
like
that.
it dries up.
And you have to mix it to make it look.
Yeah.
It definitely had that.
Oh, okay.
A little stale. And then so we put that on top.
Sounds like I.
and then
did a
we
great
I
serve
don't
it.
remember being stale.
The gesture was the beautiful part. You had romantic Italian music playing. You had waiters. You had it under the stars.
You had really, really dry bread with.
Oh, and your salad, man.
What was wrong with the salad?
Bottom tier.
What did he get?
Why are
Like,
y'all just not telling me this?
did he get?
So basically, the food I made was trash.
Trash.
No, but when I say that, I think that would have added to my experience. If I was the girl, I'd be like, this is so cute that like nothing like tasted
All the food
good.
was bad.
I would have loved it.
Hey,
as
what
like-
happened to the Dropouts sign?
Oh. Hey, magic.
I think
And
we need to
then-
break this down. Why do you think you get friend zoned?
I think it's because the Lord is protecting me. No.
From what?
No, I think it's because
From a broken heart?
no, I just think it's like
You don't have any inkling.
no. I don't. I think
I think it might be because I feel like you get into the intellectual conversation very early and of interest and things like that instead of like insinuating flirting. I think that
so
might
you
be
think
it.
that people just sit down with me and think they're in a job interview. And
Possibly.
then-
Possibly, but
It's
here's
more
the thing.
it's more fun than that. I don't think it's as
think-
technical.
Way to go. I think we share a lot of similarities in that because I also feel like I get friend zone a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Right. And I think it's because when I sit down with somebody, like if I go on a date with them, I genuinely want to get to know this person. And so I ask them a million questions about themselves, like, where are you from? What'd you do? Blah, blah, blah. And then, but yeah, then I forget to like be flirty and whatever. And then I think that's
Indy, can you give him some flirting tips? So if you were
okay, let's see where this is going.
Indy, can you give him some flirting tips?
Okay,
Like, how do you know like how do you know it's end zone,
Friend zone.
friend zone?
Okay.
End zone, friend zone.
Yeah, which one?
Okay. Start asking me some questions.
Like, okay, you guys, this is the first
so
date.
this is ask me a question.
First date.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like pretend you never met her. Don't get nervous.
So where are you from?
I'm actually from Australia. I was born and raised there.
Oh, I've seen a crocodile Dundee.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Reel it in, John. Is that what you would
Okay,
actually
ready,
say?
ready, ready?
I-
No, this is what you should say. Wow, I've heard the people there are super, super nice. I mean, clearly.
Oh, okay, that's.
never would have said that.
But
Wait,
like,
okay, let me try again. Where are you from?
I'm actually from Australia.
Sorry, I had,
You looked like you had an opinion without saying it. You went. It looked like you wanted to walk out.
I just so where are you from?
Okay.
Can I tell you when she said that, I was thinking about what I would say, and legitimately the first thing that came to my head was I was gonna be like, "Crikey, you're a long way from home."
That's why both of you, it's not working out.
Okay, Zach,
Wait,
ask me where I'm from.
Hey, where are you from?
I'm actually from Australia.
Well, listen, if this goes well, maybe we could visit it one day together.
Guys, it's not hard.
that is not. That is way. If you said, if you
It's all about
said-
context of how you say it, though.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we're not going to go there together. Be like, oh, I kind of want to go. Maybe you could be my tour guide.
Go to Australia.
Yeah, I'd
Maybe
love.
you could be my tour guide. Like,
Yeah, but it's not in like a sexual way. It's just like
it's like a.
it's just like a little.
Like
It's
you're,
like an
you're
insinuation,
insinuating
yeah.
that you want to spend more time with them.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do like. I like. Can we do more of these questions? I find it fascinating. I want
to see how you
continue this
respond.
first date.
Keep going.
Okay.
What do you do?
We can rotate. This is
No,
yours.
no. This is your
mine.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're got to find love.
So what do you do?
I'm an actress. I'm a singer, songwriter. I guess I kind of model too. I hate saying that. I feel pretentious.
That's fine. My mom did some modeling. No.
Oh,
John, is this how you'd really respond?
Yeah, that was honest. What's wrong with that?
Oh, that's fine. My mom used to model.
She did in the 80s.
you want to see her portfolio?
Okay, fine. What are some of your musical influences?
Oh, no, that's a good question.
No, I know. It's just the way he says it. You don't know how much I'm enjoying this. Please go on.
Okay, I really like musical theater. Actually,
I love musicals.
really.
What's your favorite musical?
Oh, okay, that's a tough question.
Oh, there's light. There's
Okay.
there's some
What is
sparks
Okay,
here.
it's gonna be a basic answer, and you can't
That's
judge me
fine.
for this.
That's fine.
I really like Hamilton. It was
Okay.
it's a good classic.
Basic answer, but like give me an in-depth reason why.
Oh, I think that the way they did the music in that was so new. Like I've never heard a musical done like that. For one, for two, I really enjoyed that the entire thing was. Okay, I'm sorry. We shouldn't actually.
No,
go
no,
into
keep going. This is
Yeah.
fascinating.
getting a
Okay,
spark.
I really enjoyed that.
Wait, can I just interject really quick? I think what's beautiful, I think is what you need to work on. You need to keep asking questions till you find something you're also passionate about, and then you guys can go work off that.
That's
Okay.
Okay,
good.
keep going.
I just really like how the music was done in it, and I think that the amount of time and effort that was like Lin-Manuel Miranda put into that musical was incredible. Another one I also really like,
Okay.
Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls, great musical.
You got me that record.
I did.
Well,
Hey,
guys,
this is the
Sorry,
first.
we don't
sorry.
know each other.
I've been looking for the original Broadway cast record for I can't tell you how long. I love collecting vinyls.
That's crazy. I have a copy in my apartment.
Really?
That's weird.
Say, do you want to come see it?
No.
Not yet.
He should say, well, I know this really great record store.
We should go sometime.
Beautiful.
So but if we just met, is it too soon to suggest that we hang out again?
No.
Because it doesn't mean you have
No, because
to.
you're obviously on the date now and it's kind of going well. You'd be like, no, we should definitely go check it out sometime. I'm looking for a record, buddy.
By the way,
So what if as the conversation is going, like what if you're deciding like, I'm not interested. I don't know where I'm at.
Jared and I have been reading a book, How to Not Die Alone. We genuinely have. And in the book, they say always go on the second date, no matter what.
I just don't know how I feel about that.
About
Because you never need to go on another one because anybody can be awkward on the first
what's
date.
Jared's
the point of
innocent.
it? What's the point of dating? So you don't die alone? Is that the point of dating? So you don't die alone?
I think this is my point of dating is to find someone where there's a partnership and I like experiencing other things with people in a long-term setting. So we both have this set of memories for a long time that we can both look back on and fondly and like we can like talk deeply about those experiences we had because we experienced them together and we can grow together and we can talk
uplift each
Yeah.
other.
So partnership is
Yeah.
what you value.
What about
what
you?
about like partnership with your friends?
No, it's
It's a very different thing. Like I'm not gonna sit down at night. Like I'm not gonna lay in bed at night and talk about my hopes and dreams with Jared.
What the hell are we talking about? I'm so lost. I missed a chapter.
But like just like
Here.
you know what I mean? Like laying in bed with a girl and just talking about your day. Like there's some intimate connection that you can't necessarily have with like your best friend in
Yeah.
that setting.
Or like
How do-
having
wait.
dreams and about the future. Like this is okay from a girl's like it is the cutest thing to lay in bed with your partner and be like, what would we name our kids one day? Like things like that. Like that's really sweet.
My
I
mom
think-
says I can only use names in the bloodline.
Oh my god.
Can you run off a few for me?
Well, if you and I got married, the only way I can add new names to my bloodline is if I use names from my partner.
What does that mean?
So like if Zach and I had a kid, what is the name of give me a relative's name.
Gina, my mom.
So you can't so if no one in your family, no relative is named Jacob, you can't name your kid Jacob?
Right.
What about my family?
Why?
But I can use my partner's names.
Why?
Because names are powerful. I don't know. She told me this at Thanksgiving a couple years ago.
Holy shit.
Okay.
What is she gonna do if you go off the script?
I don't know if I will.
What would you go with now if you were to have a kid?
I think Anne Weekly is a really nice name.
What?
Why'd you breathe so aggressly into the mic?
Mike.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
That
It sounded
wasn't
like a
me.
goddamn wind tunnel.
That wasn't me.
If you and Jared had a kid, what names from your bloodlines would you combine?
Auntie and Christ.
Yeah.
Is Auntie, who's Auntie's bloodline? Yours or hers?
Your deadpan sarcasm, because I know you're an intelligent person, and I know it's deadpan sarcasm, but do other people see it as like, John's not with us right now?
It depends on who it is. It depends on how long I've been interacting with them.
Gotcha.
When I was working at the movie theater, I would try to tell people, they would say like, do you give out blankets? And I was like, no, unfortunately you have to buy one on the app. And they'd say, oh, how much is it? And I would say, the bargain price of $20. And they would say, $20? And I would say, you're purchasing legacy tonight. You can give this to your children. And that went over well. Not very often. Sometimes,
I would have laughed so hard.
Sometimes they would laugh like that. And then sometimes they'd be like, and walk away.
You didn't sell a lot of blankets, did you?
I did.
We got to talk about kickball today.
Oh yeah, we did play kickball today.
That looks like so much fun.
You have to come play next time, Indy.
I will. I had work today, but
It got way too passionate out there.
It was
Yo.
starting to get heated.
I was the second pick in the draft, which I didn't think was going to happen, but it made
You
me
were
feel
first
good.
pick in the draft.
I was second pick in the
Second
draft.
pick.
Oh, sorry.
Who's the
Second
first pick, Scotty?
Scotty.
Jared, you were third.
I know. Who would have thought?
That's impressive.
I was last.
Why do you think that is?
I think they did it to spite me.
I honestly think that was the best way that could have gone, because if somebody was genuinely picked, like they picked you last because as a gag, but imagine if someone was actually picked last.
Yeah, that would have
that's
crushed some people's
Were any of you
spirits.
guys actually picked last in school?
Are you kidding
Jared,
me?
looking at
I was
you.
240 pounds until the 11th grade. Of course, I was picked last.
You must have been picked first in tackle.
40
Though.
pounds.
But what if it was like
until
a
the
pie
11th
eating
Yeah.
contest?
I don't like pie, so
John, why were you picked last in school? You don't seem like a weak breed.
Yeah, read the shirt.
Ah. Did you wear things like that to the sports?
No, I just when I was small, I was a small kid,
How big were you? When did you hit puberty?
like 15.
you're a late bloomer.
Yeah,
Do you think that's where your friend zoning started? Because it's like, okay, he's kind of the smaller kid, and usually for women, that's not as flaming for their loins. So
You could have said anything else but that, Zach.
I did have like in preschool, I had like 3 best friends that were girls.
Oh, you grew up with girl best friends,
Yeah,
so they all kind of trusted you.
I have a lot of. I'm friends with a lot of women now. I'd say.
Yeah. Well, like, I mean, I know at least for myself, I grew up with moms, so I was just automatic, like 2 moms.
Sure.
So I was automatically more comfortable with women than I was with men.
With any friends that you have that are girls, do you always have a thought of like, oh, I wonder what it would be like to be with them? Or is it just, are you able to just keep it as friends? Like never a thought of something like that.
I feel like it's always a thought in everyone's brain.
Maybe at first, but I feel like the women that I'm friends with, like the boundaries are really clear.
Like, we're friends.
Yeah, yeah.
And he thinks about it all the time.
I don't
He doesn't even want to look in my direction.
put a barrier up.
You think about it if you think that it could go that way, but not if there's clear distinctions in friendships. And normally, have there always been very clear distinction in female friendships for you?
Like, do you think guys and girls can be just friends?
Yes.
I'm saying, do you think it matters in attractiveness level though? Like if you're not,
No.
if you don't, okay, if someone's like an 11 out of 10, do you think it's hard to be just friends because those thoughts are always there, or are you able to shut that off as well?
I think like once you get like a form of like mutual respect for each other as individuals and like understand the boundaries and like understand the place you fill in each other's lives, then like crossing those lines is not.
Do you think you can be attracted to someone and just be their friend?
I think
Yeah.
that was the most mature answer that's ever been given on this podcast.
I think you can.
I think
I'm
when
just
you're-
asking questions. I don't have an opinion.
What was the last question?
Do you think you can be attracted to someone and just be friends?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think you can acknowledge. I think attraction.
I think attraction is not. Attraction doesn't have to be a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can say somebody's attractive and not want to sleep with them.
Right.
But I think it's when it crosses the boundary of I want to sleep with that person and I like that person is when friendships start to get a little messy.
And I think that when you're younger, you immediately associate any sort of connection with someone that you're interested in as like
As a sexual feeling?
yeah.
Yeah, because your hormones are raging.
But like I think when you are older,
Oh, so you don't understand those feelings yet. When you're older, you can appreciate somebody's looks without being like, I want to be with that person.
right. So like you can acknowledge that someone like I acknowledge that you're beautiful, Zach.
But if I asked you on a date, you wouldn't go.
Honestly, I wouldn't know if it was a date or not.
We've been over this, Zach. We've seen what his dates are like. I think it just comes down to like self-control, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like you can be attracted to a person, whether it's just like objective attractiveness or there is a sexual like want there. But it's just like, you know, a lot of time, like, especially, you know, in today's like our culture and stuff like that, like if you do make an advancement, like you have to understand the risks that are associated with that. Like if you are friends with that person, if they don't reciprocate those same feelings. So the self-control comes in where it's like, do I value this person's friendship over my attraction to them?
But I also have a statement that I'm contradicting myself in my statement, but I would like to bring it to attention. I think Michael B. Jordan is a very sexy man.
Hot take.
Just bringing that up, I guess.
No, but hear me out. Not. Okay, sorry,
You
that was
think he's
aggressive.
listening?
If I were to ever meet Michael B. Jordan in person, I think we could easily be just friends. Like, so I think it's about like,
Where you meet Michael B. Jordan?
I think that you can think someone is attractive, and I think maybe you can potentially even want to sleep with a person, but I think it's the emotional connection that is what screws up a friendship.
No, I'm confused as to what you're saying.
Do you remember how I said earlier? It's when you can admit somebody is attractive, and then the sexual attraction is where it starts to make a friendship messy.
Okay.
I now disagree with my statement. I don't think that's true. I think that you can think someone's attractive. I think you can maybe even think someone's sexually attractive.
Okay.
And
okay.
not
I get
ruin
what
a
you're saying.
friendship.
So you're saying like when there's like a friends with benefits thing going
Yeah.
on, right?
That's
And
when
then
yeah.
a friends with benefits, it's kind of like communism, you know? It works flawlessly on paper, you know, or like whatever that saying is, you know? But we're human. Everybody has emotions. Everybody has, you know, attractions and stuff like that. Then like in that friends with benefits thing, one person catches feelings, the emotional aspect of it, and then the whole thing gets ruined
Yes.
because that's not what they agreed upon.
Well, I want to talk about something.
The Friends with Benefits Manifesto by Jared Bailey.
Has anyone here been in a friends with benefits situation?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, we
No.
liked it.
Did you catch feelings?
Of course I got feelings. It's me.
So it's not friends with benefits.
It started off friends with benefits, and then I caught
Wait,
feelings,
wait,
and then
What kind of benefits? Like health insurance,
dental.
dental.
Yeah. How do you think I got these?
You gave her that crest, teeth finding. No, okay. And I did want to talk about. I did want to talk about. So with social media and so many options, and like all the Tinder and all that, and so many options of women, or men or whatever.
Whoever
The
you're
80-20
to.
thing?
Yeah, kind of like the 80-20 rule.
What's
With-
the 80-20 rule?
Okay, well, let me explain it like this. When you want to go out to a restaurant, and when you can only pick from 3 restaurants, like when you have your pick of the restaurant, you're like, all right, I made my pick. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. But now there's 1,000 restaurants. You're like, am I sure I wanted to eat here? It's my birthday. Am I sure I wanted that? So when you're in a relationship, how do you like tame down those feelings and know that you made the right choice, even though there's like so much else out there?
Somebody told me this term, dating to grow, which is like, I don't remember who it was,
Interesting.
but it was like, because I've always thought you like date to marry.
I like that better because I don't think dating to marry is a good way of thinking about it, because I feel like in your mind there's going to be associated with an end goal. So once you get married, it's like, okay, well, what now?
And that's the whole point, is if that is the ultimate end goal of it, then like, why would you spend a year and a half, 2 years with somebody that's not your Oscar?
Yeah, but I think I was more asking, once you're in a relationship, how do you not have like promiscuous?
I think it's choice.
I don't think it's choice.
You don't?
What do you? Oh, you think it's choice that you have to choose to be loyal to this person? You have to choose to do these things.
Yeah.
I think it's half a choice and half it's. I don't think that you should be having those thoughts about.
You think like
people.
if you're like really in love and like really with the one, your Oscar, like blinders should automatically be on.
I don't think blinders should be on, but I don't think that. I don't know. Like I don't think. that you
I
should
think
be
that's
loyal.
it's a human experience. I don't think you can put a
But
stamp on how it.
How have you put yourself in a situation to start falling for somebody else? If
No, not falling for somebody else,
but like somebody else like that.
But I think it's a human. Like I don't think you have any control over that.
Like
I think you do 100%.
No, I
Well,
think
no, okay.
There's a
Because
J. Cole song called "Love Yours." I think that's what they're talking about.
No, but it's like if you're in a relationship and you realize that you're having a conversation with somebody and that person is flirting with you and you find yourself flirting back because you're
No, not that yourself. No, that's
but
acting
like you
on it.
find yourself like you're like, oh, I like that person.
No, but that's acting on it. I'm saying like that's acting.
So
Like
how else would you find out if you liked someone then?
no, like you can be attracted to and like someone, and then have thoughts of like, okay, is the one I'm with, or should I like pursue other things? I'm having these feelings about other people. But the J. Cole song, he's like, you're not gonna be happy till you love yours. He's like, there's gonna be badder girls out on the tour. There's gonna be all this. He's like, but once you commit, that's like where the true love is, because there's always gonna be someone prettier, someone smarter, someone honestly like funnier, blah blah blah. But like once you commit, that's like the beautiful thing about a relationship.
But
So
is
that's
it
what I was
also
saying.
but it also can okay.
It's all about acting. I don't think you can put down those emotions, because you're honestly just gonna have chemistry with someone.
Yeah.
And you're like, you can notice and be like, okay, if I pursued this, I could definitely see that we'd be probably attracted to each other and compatible. But I notice that, but I'm not going to act on it. I don't think you can. I don't think you can dismiss that.
I think, but I like to think that there's a point in your life when I love reading actor autobiographies, and Rob Lowe and Bryan Cranston, like the way they talk about, well, Bryan Cranston's a little bit different, but Rob Lowe and Matthew McConaughey too in Greenlight, the way they talk about like marrying their wife is like, you know, they spent 5-10 years doing the single thing and like having those experiences, having the people on tour, like you're saying about the J. Cole song. And then they hit a point where that was not bringing them the fulfillment anymore. And like they getting married and having children was like the next big adventure, like the next big thing that's like going to excite you and going to bring you joy. And like, I think that correlates to maturity, self-control, the phase of your life where, like, if I'm 42, I hope that I'm going to say being committed to one person is way more enjoyable, way more fulfilling, exactly what I want to be doing, instead of meeting some random person and sitting in a corner booth and staring at a wall.
But I'm saying at the chance of being more compatible.
I think that's because you've done it and you've experienced it, you're committing to keeping what you have because it's great.
I was very committed in my last relationship, and it was the worst thing I could ever be in. But I thought that, like,
Yeah, some people settle.
But that's over, and that's not your Oscar.
no, I understand that, but I'm saying that a lot of people, if you have that mindset of, I clearly have chemistry with this person, but I'm with this other person because I committed to this person, and
I think that's why there are second marriages.
Shout out Gina Thornton, my mom. How you
shout
doing?
out divorce.
I think it's just about like opportunity cost, and like if you have to know what you have in order to, like, kind of what I was saying about like the self-control and like risking the friends thing, you know, like if you're committed to somebody, you have to weigh how much you care about that person, what their love means to you and everything compared to what you even
Are you willing
think.
to risk it?
Yeah, are you willing
Like,
to
you're
risk
willing to
it?
go all in and bet your money, or
Exactly. I don't think you could ever not. I don't think that.
I just think a lot of young people are going to be struggling now, especially with social media and everything, committing to one person because
They see
if
so
that's what
many
they want to do. I know
options.
there's like multiple relationships people can have, and I'm not
Like polyamorous
yeah,
and
I'm just
stuff
talking
like
about
that.
what I know.
I think there comes to a point where you've explored enough options.
I could see that.
But I just don't know like the mental health of relationships of young people now and in the future when they see like all these like fake relationships online when people are only showing their best and like, oh, we don't have that, so our relationship must not be good, even though you don't see the
yeah,
behind
that's
the
super
scenes
damaging.
and things like that.
Us as humans, like we are social animals. Bless you. We
Thanks.
are social like animals. Like we're meant to be like a herd and like in tribes and stuff like that. But we were never, I don't think like evolutionary, like we were never meant to be able to connect with this many people. Right? Does that make sense?
No, yeah. I mean, I've read the studies of we're only supposed to be in tribes of like 100 or 200.
Yeah.
And I think that's when you know you found your person, is because in that tribe, like that was the best of like these amount of people and you can make that work. Where now the tribe is 20 million people. It's like, I have all this potential. I have all this. Am I sure I'm making the right choice? And then
And the
ours
fact-
are really, and then I don't know. I don't like that you can grade your relationship based on other people's fake relationships now. I don't know. It feels very
Yeah, I think
toxic.
that's really, really toxic. I think because looking at online, people just post the perfect highlights. Like, I literally remember sometimes like posting things with a person or whatever and being like, and then behind the scenes, we're having the worst arguments of our lives, or that person
Yeah.
was such a piece of shit to me, or we weren't even talking.
But nobody really knows that. They just see what is put out, and that's extremely damaging.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, I don't know, I think there's a lot of struggles of the kids and like what they're going to grow up with, and even what we grew up with, of what's real and what's like what are we able to accomplish, and are we judging ourselves because we're not accomplishing things that doesn't even actually exist. What are you looking for in your ideal relationship?
In my ideal relationship or ideal like life partner. So
Isn't that the same thing?
I read this book called wrong order. Single, Dating, Engaged, Married. And it's from like a very Christian perspective.
Are you Christian?
I like believe in God, and
Are you practicing? Like, do you go to church?
I don't know how I feel about organized religion. But I like definitely believe in
A higher power?
but there's just like a lot of stuff correlated with organized religion and some things that I feel uncertain about as truth.
Speaking of organized religion, did you see that they were doing some repairs to one of the bathrooms in the Lakeview church, like Joel Osteen's church, and they replaced one of the toilets, and when they pulled it out of the wall, 50 envelopes of cash fell out of the wall, and they're thinking it's connected to in 2014 when $600,000 in donations went missing.
Is that true?
Yeah. Like it was literally just reported on the news. Like he's being questioned by the cops and everything right now. I'm not saying that he had anything to do with
What's he going
it,
to do with that money in the wall?
but I mean, you put it there until you need it.
I need it.
I could use.
Do you think we have money in our walls?
What a inconvenient way to try and access money.
Well,
Save
that
it
would,
for later.
and I don't know what's on the other side of that wall. Like that was just they happened to go through the bathroom and like they weren't looking for it. So on the other side of the wall, there could be a door that has all the money there or whatever. But I just thought that was interesting because like I know people's takes on like mega churches like that can be kind of polarizing.
Oh, I was reading this book and it said that the author was saying that one of the main questions he's asked is, when should I make it official? And his answer is, whenever you are able to see yourself wanting to get married within 6 months of making it official.
What?
Wow.
Whoa.
I
Seems
mean,
a little wild.
I kind of agree with that though. Like
So-
Do you
have,
think you should make it official with like a partner being like, you're my girlfriend 6 months before you see yourself
well,
getting married?
if you make it official with an individual, like it's one thing if you're dating to grow and like, but if you're like committing to someone and being in a relationship, then it goes one of two ways. It's either forever or it goes down in flames.
All right, T.
Taylor Swift. No, but so if you're going to commit to a relationship, then he's arguing that as an individual, you should be at a place where you're willing to be married.
I think I disagree.
6
I
months.
disagree
I
with
disagree.
that because people typically
I think the whole
date
point
for years.
Yeah, I think the whole
before.
point of being in a relationship is figuring it out. It's like I'm committed to this person so we're just going to be alone together to see if this is going to work out.
But it doesn't have to work out.
No, it doesn't have to work
But
out.
you have, as a person, if you're going to be in a relationship, should be willing to explore marriage within 6 months. I mean, you can meet someone and they're the one, and then you don't get married for 5-6 years. But when you make that commitment to each other, you as an individual are open to the idea of marriage. Does that make more sense?
Well, I mean, I think I'm also a little different where like I don't care if like the marriage thing doesn't really matter to me. It's like more of like a lifetime commitment because
I don't think the legality of being married means anything to me. Like a piece of paper, the government just says you're married means nothing to me. But I think the publicized commitment that you make between each other and between your friends and family and whoever else knows, I think that's what's important to me.
When I want to get married, I want it to be like, I am committing to you till I die. And I'm making that choice. And I'm going to stick to that.
yeah, I think it's nice to have a ceremony and date for that to make it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I don't know, it's
But
just-
I definitely, I don't think I actually want to sign marriage papers with,
Depends on taxes.
that's true.
Taxes are typically better
Tax
when you're
breaks.
married.
That is true.
What if we all got married together? What is it called? A forple?
Is that
Oh,
legal? Can
Four
people
pole.
can 4 people get married?
We'll find a state that does
I
it.
don't know.
I'm sure Alabama's got a county.
I think probably Utah's our best bet.
Mormons.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily want to sign. I mean, I guess that depends on taxes, but I don't know. I don't think I'd want to sign.
But you would
think
want to
it's-
commit.
I would want to commit, and that commitment is till death do us part. But let's say till death doesn't do us part because of some situation, or you realize in 5 years' time that like that person decides that they no longer want to be with you, and that till death do us part shit, like that wasn't true in that person's mind. I would fucking hate to have to go through a divorce and lawyers and paperwork and da da da. And I'm not saying that it should be an easy thing to step away from someone. I don't think that, because I also think that, like, I don't think it should be an easy thing, but I also don't want the hassle of divorce stopping a couple from separating if they feel like it's their time to separate.
I think it's interesting that you like not signing it, but like you want like the public display of that devotion.
It's not even a public
'Cause
display of that devotion. It could just be
I want quite the opposite. Like I would almost rather prefer make that devotion to that person and like go just us two with like a priest or whatever in a church, get married under the eyes of God, not legally, but like in our faith or whatever. And then, have that just be a very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Intimate?
I almost don't want a public set like spectacle.
I think not that
You're going to have one. The girl's going to want it.
I know.
it's not that I want like a massive wedding, but I would like a public or like a public.
You would want a massive wedding.
I don't want a massive wedding. I don't want a massive wedding. I want.
You should see your Pinterest board.
What kind of wedding do you want?
My thing is, the reason why I would want a public thing is because it's a public it's publicly acknowledging to people. Like, I'm not just keeping this as a little secret. Like, oh, like I'm telling you that I'm committed to you, and then like nobody else knows, because that in my mind that means jack shit. That's like ask me to be your girlfriend and fucking no one knows.
Yeah, but you'd wear the rings and stuff, and I would be
Came through without it.
completely.
I want a
open.
beautiful
So
wedding.
that's a public thing. So what?
Well, I was just saying, like, I don't care if anyone else is there.
Then that seems to me like an intimate, private moment of commitment would be an engagement. I don't want anyone to be at my engagement, because that is your sign of devotion. That is you're committing to this person, is when you get engaged. And then the wedding is a celebration of a new chapter in your life, and I'm committing myself to this person officially, and I would like to share that moment with my friends and family, because this is the person I've chosen to be a part of our family.
I'd almost rather have an extremely private wedding and then have a dope ass reception and then have that be the actual celebration. I don't give a fuck if anybody watches me say I do, but
I'm gonna close my eyes.
I'll celebrate, afterwards.
See, I do.
I can't wait. The only thing I'm excited for, I want to plan. I'm got a vision. I want it to be beautiful. Like I'm gonna think it's so cool, like designing the wedding and like what it's all gonna look like, and like that's very cool to me.
You know what I think we need to do?
Plan a fake wedding.
I think we need to either plan a fake wedding or get on a call with Megan.
Yeah, let's get her on.
Plan a
Let's
fake wedding. Who's gonna get married?
You?
Me and who?
You'll meet her
Jared?
at the altar.
Who's wearing the dress, John?
Is it us two?
Yeah.
Or should we do a social experiment where we see who wants to be your bride at a fake wedding?
Okay.
If you want to be
What are the odds?
considered, put your name in the comments.
Jared,
And you must be
You're
above
a natural,
18.
John.
Jared, what are the odds you and John get legally married in Vegas?
No, I can't do
What are
that.
the odds?
I don't feel like as an individual I'm ready to be married within 6 months. so.
Okay.
I know, but this is for
here's
the
thing.
podcast.
What
you gotta get married?
What do we have? Like 24 to 48 hours to get it annulled?
Yeah,
Can we get it annulled? We just go to Vegas and get married.
yeah, and then get it annulled. But you can say you're married and divorced.
I'm pretty sure. Wow. Because then anybody I
fucking
meet,
hilarious.
anybody I meet after that, I go, oh yeah, my ex-husband.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey, this is my ex-husband, John.
Dude, imagine the TikTok.
I there's got to be some sort of check and balance that they do. There's no way you
You
and
think
I
they
can
care
walk
that
in there.
much?
You can.
Well,
You can walk in there, and then people get drunk married all the fucking time.
I know, but
and then
like,
get it annulled the next day.
if like, there's not a spark of romance between us.
I don't think they're gonna be
John,
like.
I know there's not a spark of romance between
I
us.
also think that's kind of like not cool for two like hetero dudes to get married for fun when that's like something that was like fought for so long for people.
Okay, John, what do you take the fun out of it, man? Listen, we're not putting anyone else down. It was a bit. You guys get married in Vegas.
Sorry.
I know, John.
Sorry I took it there.
Yeah, this was not a political stance.
This is just, think about how funny that would be.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, my bad.
Now you have to get married to him. That would be.
Holy shit.
How much is it?
No, I'm just reading the grounds for requesting an annulment in California. And the first one is the couple is related by blood.
Well, are you?
No.
No way. You can request an annulment because a guy can't get it up. Did you know that?
John?
Unreconcilable
Nice!
differences.
Well, it's incurable physical incapacity is the
Dude, that's-
technical term.
You know
for
how
it.
bad I would be feeling? Be like,
But
dude,
it
you can't
literally
get a boner.
says it literally says
And you guys
one of
can't
the
get-
s-
you
if
guys-
one of the spouses has an incurable physical incapacity, this typically refers to male impotence that prevents the couple from having sexual relations. You
John.
can request an annulment.
You better be
You
able to
guys
get it
wouldn't
up
be able
for
to
my
get it
boy.
up for each other. So then, yeah, that's your annulment reason.
for him.
Yeah. He can't get it up for me. Well, you guys aren't attracted to each other, so that makes sense. Do you know that torture where they strap you down and like you can't move any of your limbs and they do like one drop of water on your forehead?
Oh yeah.
That scares me.
Have you ever tried that?
What?
No, I feel like that wouldn't be that bad.
My buddy Skylar got waterboarded once for fun.
What's
That
that?
was such a thing.
I've done
What's
that before.
waterboarded?
Yeah.
What's waterboarded?
It's where you put a rag over someone's face and then you kind of continue
like a
to
burlap
dump.
sack.
Yeah, and then you continue to dump water like on their mouth and nose, like on their face, so it feels like you're drowning.
And you hang them upside down too, or like you at least tilt them.
Yeah, there's a few ways to do it. You can also do it in like a bathtub.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll do it later.
But
Waterboarding is my kink.
How would the drop of water on your forehead be torture?
Just continuously.
We should do a TikTok of like who can do it the longest.
Isn't it also kind of like
That'd be interesting.
is it at a constant rate or is it sporadic? So like you never know when it's gonna come next. You
I'm
just-
not sure. We'll
I
have to
think the
look into it.
sporadic.
Have you all watched Ozark?
No, I think.
love that show.
You know, in season 3 when they like lock Jason Bateman in that
Whoa,
cage.
whoa! Haven't seen it.
Well,
Whoa.
this doesn't give anything away.
Why are you doing that for?
Well, because I didn't want to hear what he said, but then I realized he was
it's
talking.
making, no, it's making like a screeching
Oh.
noise.
well, yeah.
Sorry.
That's
What?
the first time we've ever had feedback.
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Well, that scene in season 3 when
Oh.
they keep him in the dungeon.
Hey, spoilers, man.
It's just a location.
Okay, dungeon.
The
seems
why is the spoiler.
pretty- Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling you the why.
Okay.
Just telling you where. And they just blast metal music on repeat
Oh yeah.
That
at
sounds
like
the
full
worst.
volume and just like leave him in there with it.
That'd be bad. Jared,
Sounds
would
like the
you
worst.
let us strap you down and do the water droplet?
Yeah, I would do the water droplet. I thought you were about to say waterboarding, and I was like, you can absolutely F off.
Well, it's like the insanity because you try to fall asleep and every time it's something like that. Your
Yeah.
body tries to go numb and fall asleep, but every time it does, it gets woken up by that. And that's what kind of makes you go crazy.
Well, that's like like the quietest room in the world, right? How people say like you go insane after like I saw somebody on TikTok do a video where he spent longer than the supposed world record. But I really want to go in there to see how long you could truly last.
They have sensory deprivation tanks around us. We should go.
I would love
I've been in
to
one.
do a sensory deprivation.
I've been in a
tank.
sensory you know the ones that look like eggs where they take away.
Yeah, like the little pods
They're
and you float.
fucking weird.
I would love.
It's I hated it so much. My anxiety was at an all time. I hated it. Hated
I'd
it.
have to get out and pee.
I felt like I wasn't there. I felt like I didn't exist. I'm sorry. I felt like I didn't
You
exist.
ever have a dream where you
and then
Dude, you want to know?
I felt like I didn't exist. That's how I felt.
You want to know a relaxing feeling? So I went to the desert with Riley's family for Thanksgiving, and
Riley Lewis.
yeah,
Yeah.
her dad like drove us
Cool.
out into like the middle of the desert, and like we got out and we were looking at the stars, and I literally laid down on some rocks and I stared up, and it's pitch black outside. There's no light pollution whatsoever, and I saw the Milky Way with my own eyes for the first time.
You really?
You remember when we did that together in July?
Yeah, it
On
was
the truck
similar.
bed?
It was similar to that, but like it was even more clear than that night, and I felt so transcendently relieved from that, like just staring up and seeing literally the universe, or like our galaxy up in the sky. I was like, that is the most beautiful thing ever. It was almost like, and it was quiet too.
I could see it on my iPhone anytime, Jared.
Yeah, but when you see it with your
No, you don't have the
eyes.
Milky Way plan. Well, should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching. That's it for this week's episode of Dropouts. We know it was a little bit different, a little bit deeper talking.
What?
Why are you doing this so low?
Because, Jared, people are calm. They're probably going to bed when they're listening to this, or they just want a calm day. This is a calm podcast.
Oh, okay.
If you stay to the end, please screenshot a picture of who your celebrity crush was in middle school and DM it to me at Zach Justice on Instagram.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode.
Is that really the sign out?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Dropouts. I'm Indiana. That's Sex Justice. This is Shared Music, and this is.
I'm John Brand.
We'll
John,
see you
a little
guys.
too loud, John.
Sorry, I'm John.
Thanks.
We'll see you guys next week in another episode of Dropouts.
Bye, my little swag daddies.
Damn it.
Fucking Jared.
What? I don't,
I tried to
the
do
wind
it.
chimes?
I tried to do a different one. I tried to do a calmer one.
Okay, because it was like